Hi guys, this is Bonnie. I'm coming from Perth, Western Australia. I live in Perth, so that is where my videos are filmed and everything, and I am a media student. I'm studying filmmaking and stuff like that, so I'm kind of preparing for my course, and yeah. I'm studying at Northbridge Tapes at Train Filmmaking, and I will talk in this video. One of my videos that you enjoyed was about which areas to avoid living in Perth. In this video I will talk about the areas to avoid living in rough areas and fancy areas also, so I will make it more detailed and more interactive than my other video. So, rough area of Perth. Oh my goodness, can you believe it says Midvale? Midvale, so do not live in Midvale. I'm sure there are people that are living in Midvale and that are just fine and that probably laugh at this. Because in Midvale, every research that I open, everything that I find, living in Midvale is very dangerous. It is the most dangerous and high crime suburb of Perth. I disagree because I watch the news regularly and I see crimes happening in all areas, Mirrabooka, Balga, la la la. I really don't think that Midvale is all that bad. Burswood is another area which is being put on the list as a rough area of Perth. I go to Burswood, hang around like the casino and Crown and stuff, and like watch events and stuff, so I don't really see any roughness in Burswood, but maybe there is in other areas that I have not seen, so I'm not sure. But Burswood is second area on the list as a rough area of Perth, and then there is Perth CBD. I live in Perth CBD. Bad things have happened around here, but like not really violent and not really like scary that I would want to move from here. Something bad has happened in this building where I live, and this building is in Perth CBD. Well, somebody has tried to commit suicide in the building and blood was everywhere, literally. It was gross. Yeah, I wanted to run away, but I did not. I'm still here, still living in Perth CBD. Midland is another rough area of Perth. Now Midland is at the end of the train line, which now they might be expanding. They're expanding every train line, so I don't know what they're doing, but Midland has a lot of community agencies also that can help disadvantaged people and stuff like that. So Midland is rough around the train station. I have seen a lot of homeless people and people who look like they haven't eaten properly in years and ask for money and stuff like that. So I would agree that Midland is a bit rough to live in. I lived in Bassendean for 2 years, so I used to be a frequent visitor in Midland. Another one is Mandurah. Mandurah was in my previous video as well, so I'm not gonna talk about that one that much. You can watch my previous videos of areas to avoid living in Perth. Mandurah is south of the river and had lots of break-ins in businesses and stuff like that. Lots of businesses had to shut down because of break-ins. And another area is Vellard. Vellard is towards Rockingham, so I suppose anything towards Rockingham and Kwinana can be a bit rough to live in. A lot of my friends live in Vellard. They say they like it. Cheaper housing, quiet area, and not too bad, family orientated, so it's not the same for everyone. Another one which I agree with that is rough to live in is Fremantle. Fremantle has a lot of homeless now, and they're everywhere, and it is really like It really feels a little bit unsafe. They're walking around everywhere and asking people for money and fighting and stuff like that. I really think that it has a high population of homeless and not much of like regular people who are trying to live a normal life. Another one is Armadale. Armadale has always been dodgy, so a bit rough. But my friends have lived in Armadale in a house for a long time and they haven't had any problems. It depends who you associate with and what kind of lifestyle you live and stuff like that. And I think you can be alright in many areas if you do the right thing and mind your own business and stuff. Osborne Park. It's more like an officey place. I'm not sure why Osborne Park is on the list. It's not too far away from me, from Perth, but I think it's more like an industrial officey area. I'm not sure why it's considered as a rough area of Perth. Another one is Belmont. Oh yes, they steal a lot in Belmont shopping centre. There is a lot of people who steal there, and you know what I mean. Yeah, they just walk out with things and it's a normal thing there. The security is not even that tough on them. Kennington. Yes, there was an incident in Kennington recently, which was like somebody was chasing people with a knife in Carousel Shopping Centre. Carousel Shopping Centre I do not like at all. I think it's dodgy. Forestdale. I don't know much about this area, but you can comment below if you do know much about it. So I don't know much about Forestdale. I have never been there, never lived there, don't have any friends that live there. So I don't know. Kennington we already said. Balga. Balga is, yeah, I've had people who had problems in Balga. Some people have been punched in the head just by going for a walk down the street in Balga. All sorts of things happen there. I think it's not overrated, the crime there. Now I will look up fancy areas of Perth. Places to live in Perth. Dalkeith. Not everybody can afford Dalkeith. It's the poshest area of Perth. And yeah, it's saying to live in Dalkeith. It's the safest area in Perth, but can we afford it? Cottesloe. I like Cottesloe Beach and having fish and chips in Cottesloe and looking at all the nice houses in Cottesloe. I believe it's beautiful. And yeah, I would like to live in Cottesloe one day. Netherlands, that's where all the doctors live. UWA University is in Netherlands also. And what else? There's that cafe and the river walk. People can walk by the river. Beautiful houses in Netherlands. City Beach, one area to live in. I think City Beach is beautiful and quiet. It's a little bit isolated outside of the city, but the houses and the quietness and privacy that they get there is amazing. Swanbourne, Claremont, they're pretty similar. Claremont has good schools and a very posh shopping centre, so yeah, very expensive to shop in Claremont. So Floreat is another area. Floreat Forum, do you shop in Floreat Forum? I have shopped there a couple of times. I like Floreat. I didn't think it was that fancy, but it's nice enough. And Applecross is also on the list. So Applecross has all the fancy houses. So areas to avoid living in and to live in Perth. Hope you enjoyed this video and don't forget to thumbs up. I'll show you what I've been watching. Gilmore Girls.